Hi everybody, this is Mark and Holly from Jansen Photo Expeditions. Today we'd like to welcome you to our spring seminar. We'd like to let you know about what we have planned for the coming spring and into the summer, and a little bit about what cameras we shoot with. That's quite a question we get from a lot of people, so we thought we'd address that today.
Because, you know, a lot of people feel like they need to stay up to date with the newest, neatest cameras, the newest, neatest lenses, and, you know, as soon as you buy your new camera, it's out of date. And we have a little bit different perspective on that.
Yeah, we normally like to keep our cameras for about 5 to 7 years to get all the use out of the bodies as possible. And we like to spend our time and our extra money on lenses because that's where all the optics, that's what it's all about with photography.
Sure, there is some benefits for, you know, better focusing ability and higher megapixels, but if you really know your camera, you're going to get great results out of a high-end digital SLR without upgrading it every year.
Yeah, and if you notice today, we have 2 different kinds of cameras here. We have a full-body Nikon, which I normally shoot with Nikon, and Holly shoots with the Olympus series cameras. Tell us about your Olympus series camera, Holly.
So my camera is the Olympus OMD EM5. They do have a newer model, which is the Mark II model, but I've been very happy with this particular camera. The mirrorless camera, I went with the mirrorless because I have been shooting Olympus for many years, and I was used to the way their menus worked. I was used to the quality of their imagery. So I went ahead and got my mirrorless. Also, the size of the pack that I carry around is half the size of what Mark carries around and half the size of what I used to carry before.
Now that's a good point. What Holly's saying, half the size, what she means is she's shooting with a micro four thirds camera, whereas the sensor is a micro four thirds, where this is a full frame. And when you're with a full frame, everything's got to be almost 2, 3 times as big. With a micro four thirds, you get everything just a little more compact, a little easier to carry around, a little more accessible. A lot of times around the field shooting, I'm always jealous of Holly's pack because she's got this great lightweight little camera, and I'm lugging the full frame Nikon. The main difference in image quality is you're getting a little bit more dynamic range with the full frame, whereas with the micro four thirds you're getting a little less, but not that much to make a big difference. Is that right, Holly?
That's right. I mean, you can take a look at our different portfolios on our website, jansenphotoexpeditions.com. See Holly's portfolio, see Mark's portfolio. And I'm not shooting billboards and that sort of thing. Mark does actually shoot very large format images at times. So he does need to have the extra megapixels and the extra quality of the lenses.
Yeah. And if you're ever going to go to make your prints larger than, I've done prints up to 25 feet with this. With my full frame camera, which is the main reason I'm shooting full frame. Whereas with Holly's, you don't really want to go super big. But super big, I mean, like you can do a 36-inch print with this and be perfectly fine. So that's kind of the main reason. And also, I'm quite jealous of her carrying around this little load while I'm hauling around the big stuff all the time. But I never know what I'm going to do with my prints.
So just recently, I considered upgrading to a newer model camera, and Mark gave me some great advice and said, "Why don't you try upgrading some lenses?" So what I did was I went and I actually rented some different lenses for my micro four thirds camera and found the types of lenses that I really liked. I even compared, say, the same type of lens from Olympus or from Panasonic. I can use a couple of different brands on a micro four thirds, and so I was able to come up with a lens that I really liked, and I didn't have to spend a lot of money up front in order to figure that out.
Now that's a good point. Holly just mentioned renting. I do recommend that you guys rent your lenses. Of course, purchase the main lenses you shoot with most of the time, but anytime you have a specialty trip you're going on, if you're going to go be shooting some wildlife, like we're going to be doing in the Tetons in the fall, I'll go out and rent a really large telephoto lens. They're quite expensive and kind of pricey to have sitting around your house if you're not shooting it 24/7. So just make sure that the lenses you buy are the ones you shoot normally with. But anytime you have a specialty application, go ahead and rent that lens and save yourself some money. And that's what I would recommend.
So for some of our workshops coming up, we have a San Francisco street photography workshop, and the 28 to 35 millimeter lens is perfect for that. But for example, this lens that I have, this Panasonic, has basically the equivalent of a 14 to 28, which is a very wide, and then it comes down to a 28, which is great for street. So, think about what you have as far as a wide that maybe you could use it as a 28 or a 35 for a street photography lens. The other things we have coming up, we have a great Central Coast workshop coming up in
looking
the
forward to
summer.
that one. That's going to be a great one.
And Eastern Sierras in August.
We'll be doing some night photography during that workshop. Astrophotography. We'll be doing the Milky Way and then meteor shower. And Holly mentioned briefly our street photography workshop, which is coming up in about a month from now. And that's a great workshop where we just carry the minimal gear. Recommend just bringing like a 50 to 35 millimeter lens, or even your iPhone, and it's great to move around and have some fun. And if you're a dedicated landscape photographer and you're trying to kind of branch out a little bit and try something a little different, I recommend street photography. It's a lot of fun. Kind of opens up your mind to a whole different way of looking at things.
And San Francisco has so much to offer. It not only has the people on the street who are friendly and pretty open, as well as the beautiful architecture, the hills of the cable cars going up and down the hills.
It's a lot of fun.
And then, of course, you got the landscapes of the Golden Gate Bridge and the Bay Bridge. It's got everything.
Yeah, and it's a small workshop. We only take 4 clients on that one. We have 1 slot left on that. We're excited for that one to fill. What else, Holly? Oh, the big workshops. We have, of course, Iceland. We're already booking that for next year, and we have a real specialty workshop coming up, which is Costa Rica, which we're quite excited about that one. And that's already booking, and that'll be a whole unique experience. And basically a wildlife birding photography workshop, and also landscapes and howler monkeys, and here's birds chirping right now.
It's 10 days in the southern zone of Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions about the gear, let us know. Drop us an email, give us a call. We can certainly help you decide what types of lens you need, whether or not you really do need to upgrade. Think twice before you drop a big amount of money on a new camera body. You might just need a new lens. Yeah.
No, so many camera bodies, like I always say this, in the last 10 years, they're quite up to par, and these companies are upgrading constantly. You really don't need to buy a new camera every couple of years. Hang on to that camera body, learn how to use every feature it has, and then upgrade on a lens. If you feel you want to upgrade a lens first before you upgrade the body, and save some money. Okay.
Yeah, and come hang out with us sometime. We'd love to see you.
Yeah,
Jansen, photoexpeditions.com. Mark and Holly Jansen.
Yeah, have a great day.